Hey y'all, welcome to Nat and Grace Revelations. This is Tarot Tia. This is a reading for the collective. May or may not resonate, but I do offer personal readings. A link to the site is in the description. IKEA. Gemini energy is here. They feel like they got played. They feel like they got played and they feel bad now, whether this is you or somebody else in this situation. Somebody got manipulated and they feel so bad because they were manipulated into giving out somebody's personal business, personal information. Alasia. They were manipulated into giving out somebody's personal business, personal information in some type of way. And, or they were convinced to relinquish everything to somebody, and now they're in a place or space to where they don't have anything left or feel like they don't have anything or anybody pouring into them after they've poured everything into another or others. Team, Tom, Tome, anything like that. This person has nothing. But I think it's because they lived a very reckless lifestyle, or they're surrounded by people who live very reckless lifestyles, and these people look like they're taking from them. So say for instance, if you work hard, but your siblings or your child or children, your peers, immediate peers, like steal and do shady shit, especially if they do drugs, it's like they stole the rent money. You know what I mean? They're stealing money that has some type of major impact on another's future. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, that was my college savings. That was my whatever. Like, they live these very reckless lifestyles and they spent all of somebody's money, like, playing with it. Or by setting them up to take from them while acting like they were the protector provider. So it's like somebody's own baby daddy, boyfriend, husband, brother, father, grandpa, uncle, somebody that should have been guarding this person, protecting this person, allowed people to violate them and steal from them, take from them. Manny. So it's like those are the people that you're supposed to be protecting. And you allowed people to go and steal from them, take from them, set them up in different ways. Yeah. Tyler. So now they're in this position to where they've exposed how fake that they've been. But you or the other people in this situation still aren't aware of who actually was participating in this behind the scenes. Especially if there's a Mar. That's a factor in this equation. The women that are attached to them are going to jail. Especially if there's a Brianna, Breen, Brun, Broom. Anything like that. They're going to jail. There could definitely be like a Jamel. That's a factor in this equation. Jur. Any form of Jer or Jur. Like names. Jer, Jur, Jar. They're going to jail. Nisi. I think this possible Scorpio or Capricorn has feminine energies attached to them who are going to jail on their behalf. And they're going to jail together, especially if there's a Jazz. That's a factor in this equation. And at that point, this individual will still try to complete their mission even in these people's absence. nephew, is what I'm hearing. Montia, Monty. This is all because someone is obsessed with another's like child, possibly their own child or children. Could say like if you are in a relationship with somebody, their ex, your ex, you get what I'm saying? It's like them being fixated on this child or these children is such a huge factor in this matter. Obs, ops. It's almost as if like they're trying to like either target this child, these children specifically, this family, like people from their childhood specifically. Tawan, Twan, Tawan. I think they're just drug addicts. I think these people are just drug addicts. They're drug addicts and they don't have a way to feed their habit. They don't have a way to afford their life anymore. So they see their own child or children or siblings as targets. Shanice. Shanice. If your parent is on drugs, be mindful of them. If you have an older sibling that's on drugs, be mindful of them. If you have someone around you that is on drugs, that is constantly around the mother of your child or children, your girlfriend, wife, baby mama, or your daughter, or any type of vulnerable person like that, like they see this individual as somebody that they can prey on. Tyler. And people will not tell the truth in this matter because they aren't accepting how crazy this individual really is. Makita, this is a psychopath. And again, they may be a psycho because they're on drugs, so it's like it's just exasperating their mental health issues. Jasmine, this is a drug addict who is obsessed with somebody from their childhood or obsessed with somebody over a child or children. And they need to be locked up. Y'all know I tell y'all all the time, I don't just talk like that. I don't just say that shit. I'm not oh, he need to go to jail. She need to go to jail. No, like this motherfucker need mental help. Like they need a professional. Because they're off their rocker. And like I said, I think it's because they're on drugs. So it's not that they're going to be in their right mind. On top of having mental health issues. And on top of being broke. You get what I'm saying? So imagine how aggressive they are. Like, you broke on drugs. And you already got mental health issues on top of being broken on drugs. Like, yes, they do not care. And it's not to say that you need to fear them at all. You just need to be aware of them. Okay? Malik. They're a psychopath. They're a drug addict. And they're in a position to where they're obsessing over people from their childhood or someone specifically from their childhood. And nobody's understanding that this individual is obsessed with this person. This is not their enemy. This is an obsession. I think this person, Charisse. I think this person is just a psychopath, truly. Like, I don't think there's anything else to this collective. Let's break this down and see how this resonates. Park, any form of park. Any form of park. So, yeah, I keep hearing YouTube channel. They're watching. They're watching very hard, but it's like they're connected to like parents. They're connected to the family or connected to people that are like older in your life. Like parents, grandparents, great aunt, great uncle, um, mom and godparents. They're connected to these people. Yolanda, and they're messy and they're gossiping and they've caused major losses in somebody's life because they were gossiping about something or somebody that they do not know personally. Marquand is what I'm hearing. So now it seems like these conversations that these people or this person has had have gone public. Because it's almost as if somebody was trying to accuse you or another of having a relationship with somebody that you aren't dealing with. Yada, yaddy. So now you were stalked because somebody was lying and saying that you were connected to people, places, and things that you are not connected to. I think this is like an informant. This is an informant. They're a snitch, a spy, something like that. Or like playing a role of like, they're just too nosy and snitch like, tattletale like. And they spied on you and started reporting things about you, talking about you, gossiping about you based off of the assumptions that they were making about your life. And now they've made a really bad investment talking about you like this. But instead of them admitting that they're wrong and just saying, hey, I was wrong, they targeted you. Anna, Annie, Annie. These people or this person targeted you or the other parties in this equation because they lied on you or these people or this person and just didn't want to accept the truth. So it's like you lied on them and now you're stalking them and spying on them because everything you said just has to be true, right? Everything this person said just has to be true, right? So somebody starts rumors that you're on drugs. Now your parents believe the person that said you're on drugs. So they hired a private investigator or one of their friends or family members, a companion, to spy on you, to stalk you, to watch you. Not realizing that this individual was a weirdo, was a creep, was violating your privacy and started to violate theirs along with it. Tisha. So now what? They're still trying to convince you to have contact with them, to have relationships with them, even though they don't want to admit that they allowed people inside of your property. They allowed people to have information on you. They allowed people to stalk you and surveil you, all because somebody lied and said that you were on drugs, right? Now, whatever the reason may be, somebody lied in this situation and said, oh, you are doing X, Y, Z. So that's where the surveillance came in. I don't care if they said you sell drugs. I don't care if they said that you're a prostitute or something like that. I don't care what they said that you do. They said that you did something that required you to be surveilled, monitored, watched, need some type of attention from strangers. But now these strangers have given other strangers access to you and your property. Keisha. So how many people have keys to your property? How many people have been inside your home without your knowledge or permission? How many people have your address, your contact information without your knowledge or permission? Danny, Tanny, Stanny. How many people are able to access you and have personal information on you, whether it's factual or not, without you releasing this? Keisha, Loris. That's why they don't want you to know the truth, because they were involved initially. Shit just got out of hand. It grew out of control. So like I said, they had private investigators on you, or somebody watching you, your neighbors watching you, surveilling you, to the point that your neighbors started violating you. You get what I'm saying? Whoever these people that they had helping them watch you started breaking into your fucking house, or plotting, planning, and scheming to do this type of shit. Or again, they started violating your privacy and getting too curious about what you're doing in your personal life and started filing reports on you. Again, like, oh, I think my neighbor's selling drugs or whatever. But they would have never been moving like this, thinking like this, acting like this if this other party didn't come in and say, hey, can you look out for this or that or them for me? Can you make sure they're all right? Can you make sure, or whatever? Or I need a private investigator to research this individual specifically. Didn't I tell y'all yesterday, this is a targeted individual? This was unnecessary. This is somebody that hired a private investigator because they're nosy, not because they genuinely had a reason to do this. They're violating somebody's privacy, and this is how they got as much information as possible on these people or this person. Sade. So at this point, it's like, who's going to admit that they violated this person's privacy like this? This maternal figure is going to have to make this confession. Like, you were involved in all the bullshit. And you try to make it seem like all of this shit was happening at random. You're trying to make it seem like you're not connected to this person or that person or these people or whatever, when you are. And they know that they are. So it's like, Terrell, anything like that. It's like, please, like, get the fuck away from me with this bullshit. Like, they're trying to convince everybody, oh, I love you unconditionally, when no, you hired people to fucking stalk me, and now these people have violated my privacy to the point that I'm ready to fucking kill all of y'all on my soul. Like, any form of Keisha, Keys, anything like that. Like, I don't even think people understand how that shit make people feel for real. Like, after you've been preyed on and stalked and watched and surveilled for so long, that shit can really put you into a homicidal place. And on my soul, it's almost like, if y'all don't want to stop, how about I just take you the fuck out? Like, how about that then? You feel me? If you want to continue to torture me and make my life miserable every day by following me everywhere I fucking go and following my kids and doing shit like that, how about I just kill you and then we both throw our lives away? You feel me? Like, on my soul. And it doesn't sound logical, but that's how that shit make you feel. It just make you want to crash the fuck out. And I don't think that they understand that the people that they're playing with like this have reached that point. I don't think that this is going to go on much longer, especially if there's any form of more. That's a factor in this equation. I think Tyler, I think this person just needs to admit that they're a fucking weirdo. They're a creep, her and Aubrey, and they're spying on somebody because they're too fucking nosy and curious about their life, but it's gotten to the point that they violated privacy. You know, your privacy or the privacy of another or others, to be able to see them, to be able to have access to them, like, you know, to be able to know where they live or to be able to whatever in this situation. So it's like, now what? Mary, Marie. Like, just tell the truth. Like, y'all are weirdos and y'all violated these people or this person's privacy repeatedly just to be able to get information on them. And now you're stalking them and harassing them and playing all these childish ass games now that you know their phone number, or now that you know their address, or now that you know where they work. Like, that's all this is. And it's weird. Keita. It's like, All of a sudden, they got your contact information. They riding past your house every day. You feel me? Putting trackers on you, stalking you, all this type of shit. And it's like, damn, like, that's exactly why they didn't need to know where you lived. This is exactly why these people should not have had your phone number. This is exactly why these people did not need none of your personal business, personal information, because they're trying to use it. They're trying to take advantage of you by having this information. You know, Lori's, anything like that. So I think somebody is finally starting to see that the people that they're attached to aren't mature enough to have access to you. They're not mature enough to even have details about you, your life, and that type of stuff because they're thieves. They're thieves. So it's like, that's your friend. Those are your friends. That's your family. You feel me? I don't need your fucking friends and family members to know where I live. Like, whatever this is like, somebody knows that they're cool. Like, I don't need such and such to know where I live or where I work or what I do or what I got going on in my personal business. But they're attached to somebody that runs their mouth too much, or again, they literally start violating your privacy through investigation or got you investigated, by lying on you in some type of way. Maurice, thank you so much.